Hi everyone, it is alenajingle, and today I'm back with the next part of my series, which is unusual names for every letter of the alphabet. Today I'm going to be doing the sixth part, which is F names, and I have the previous 5 videos linked in a playlist below in the description box, so you might go ahead and watch those first if you haven't seen them yet. And today I'm going to be talking about 5 boy names and 5 girl names that start with the letter F, and I will do them in alphabetical order, and I'll go ahead and get started with the boy names. The first name I have is Fabron. This is an English name that comes from the French word meaning blacksmith, and it has the same roots as the word like fabricate and fabric. And this is a name I probably would have never heard of, except for that I do have a friend with this name. I met him about 11 years ago, and he is a wonderful person and a fabulous association with this name. I definitely think this is usable in 2017 because, like I've mentioned in other videos, names that are 2 syllables that end in N, such as Owen, Aiden, Logan, etc., are very in right now, and of course Fabron fits in well with that trend, and Ron or Ronnie would be a sweet nickname for this, and it could even honor a Ron since it does end in R-O-N. The next boy name I have is the very similar Farron. Farron is an English name that means servant. I absolutely love Aaron names. I have a son named Farron, and Aaron, E-R-I-N for girl, has been a long name love of mine, and so of course because of that I adore this name. And Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, is still a top 50 boy name and has been popular for a few decades, so this would definitely work as a less popular alternative to that. This is actually the name of a Zelda character, so if you're into Zelda or video games in general, you might like this name. And this was actually a top 100 boy name from, a top 1000 boy name from 1967 through 1953, but it was never ranked higher than 630, so it's never been popular in the US before. The next one I have is Floyd. Floyd is the English form of the name Lloyd, which means gray. This was actually a top 100 boy name through 1939, but left the top 1000 in 1998. So it's been almost 20 years since it's been regularly used around here. This is a name that a lot of people know how to spell and pronounce, but is once again very rarely used. This is definitely associated with the boxer Floyd Mayweather, so that might be a cool association for you, and it also makes it a little more updated because of that. And this is of course a name that you might like if you like the band Pink Floyd as well. And the name Finn is rising super quickly in popularity, and Flynn is right behind it, and so I think Floyd would definitely fit in well with those names. The next boy name I have is Forrester. This is an English occupational name that means forest worker. A former Big Brother contestant, Alyssa Slater, just recently named her son Forrester Bruce Elijah, so that brought it into the limelight a little bit, and I was really excited to see someone use it. And occupational names are very in right now, names such as Cooper, Carter, etc., and so this would definitely fit in well with those. And I love that you could have the nickname Forrest for it, of course. I know a lot of people who say they like the name Forrest but are afraid of the Forrest Gump association, and so you could go with Forrester instead. And this is a name I definitely associate with Megan, who is Tulip by any name on YouTube. She's been bringing this name up a lot lately, and it's just wonderful. And also Foster could be a nickname for it as well. And the last boy name I have is very exotic, and that is Fuji. This is a Japanese name that comes from an unknown meaning, but possibly means abundant wealth. This is of course a place name. It is also a nature name because it's a type of apple. And I see people bring up the names Aspen and Everest a lot, and so I think that you could consider using Fuji if you're into those mountain type names. And this is also the name of a brand of camera, so if you're into photography you could consider using this name as well. And now on to the girl names. The first one I have is Fairhaven. This is an English name, of course, that means beautiful sanctuary. Wonderful, wonderful meaning. I definitely think of the line Fair Haven of Rest that is used in some hymns that I sing at church. This is definitely a puritanical name, and some of those names are being brought back into popularity a little bit, and I am seeing a lot of interest in the name Haven, particularly for girl. And so if you like Haven, you could consider the even more unique Fairhaven, and Fairy could even be a nickname for Fairhaven. I love it so much. It's kind of like a GP name for me. I don't usually have GP names, but I'm definitely obsessed with this one. The next girl name I have is Fantina. This is the Latin form of Fantine, which means childlike. This is a name that I talked about a little bit in a Pokemon name video that I will link in the description box below. And Marco Polo actually had a daughter named Fantina. His daughters had the coolest names. They were named Fantina, Moretta, and Balela. I think those are gorgeous names, and I definitely think that this could work to honor someone whose name is Tina. The next girl name I have is the beautiful Fianna. This is an Irish name that means warrior band. It was actually the name of a mythical Irish warrior band. This has lots of beautiful nickname options like Annie, Anne, Anna, Fia, Fee, Fifi, etc. And if you're somebody who loves the name Fiona but are afraid about the Shrek association, you can consider this super similar name. And I do think it would work to honor an Anne or an Anna as well. The next girl name I have is Francisca. This is the Latin feminine form of Francis, which means free man. This would definitely work to honor a Francis or a Frank or any other Frankie names. And the name Francesca is actually a top 100 girl name in the UK right now. And so I wonder if maybe it'll start catching on over here. And so if you're afraid about Francesca being too popular, you could consider Francisca instead. This was actually a top 1,000 girl name through 1985, but it was never ranked any higher than 482. So it's never been popular before. And I think this name is absolutely gorgeous. And the last name I have for this video is Fuchsia. This is an English color and plant name that is named for the botanist Leonard Fuchs, who found it. And it's kind of fun because, so this is a plant name and a color name, and since it's named after Fuchs, it would take on the meaning of his name, and his name, Leonard Fuchs, means lion foxes. So that's kind of fun as well. And the names Scarlet and Violet are both top 100 girl names right now, and there are a few other color names that are on the rise, and so I think Fuchsia would definitely fit in with that. This is a name that has a super unique look, but because it's a color, people are still familiar with it, and I think it has a really pretty feminine sound, and I would love to see someone use it. That is it for this video. Please let me know in the comments below what your favorites were of these names and any other unique or unusual F names that you love, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.